Today I am starting carbon and its compounds. Okay, let's start with the element carbon because we are talking about the carbon and its compound. What is carbon? Carbon is a non-metallic element having symbol C, atomic number 6, atomic weight 12 and valency 4. It is in group 4A of periodic table. This is electronic configuration of carbon. Its nucleus consists of 6 protons, 6 neutrons. First orbit contains 2 electrons and second orbit has got 4 electrons. This is the electronic configuration of carbon. And what is told here? Atomic number is 6. Why is atomic number is 6? Because atomic number of an element is the number of proton contained in the nucleus of one atom of that element. Since it contains 6 protons in the nucleus of its atom, so we can say atomic number 6. Atomic weight is 12. What it means? The sum of the number of proton and neutron contained in the nucleus of one atom of an element is the atomic weight of that element, which is also called mass number of that element. It is here 12 because 6 proton plus 6 neutron is 12. So 12 is atomic weight of carbon and its valency is 4. How can we say valency is 4? Actually, every element which takes part in the chemical reaction tends to complete the number of electrons in the outermost cell. In this process, how many electrons it donates to other in the chemical reaction, or how many electrons it gains from other to complete the outermost cell, or how many electrons it shares with other in the chemical reaction represents the valency of that element. Here we have 4 electrons in the valence cell and carbon share all these 4 electrons with other in the chemical reaction. So its valency is 4. We can say valency of carbon is 4. Now last part of this definition is it is in group 4A of periodic table. Do you know this is periodic table which contains all the elements and the position of carbon is here. Here altogether 18 groups are represented, 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A, 6A, 7A and 0 group also, and 1B, 2B, 3B, 4B. In this way there are many groups. Among them position of carbon is here. Carbon lies in group 4A of the periodic table. Okay, now let's go forward. Carbon always forms covalent bond. What is the reason? I want to focus on this today. This is the electronic configuration of carbon and it has 4 electrons in this outermost cell. So either it has to lose these 4 electrons in the chemical reaction or it has to gain 4 electrons from other in the chemical reaction. For this, if it gains 4 electrons from other in the outermost cell to complete the outermost cell, in which the number of electrons becomes 8 and it forms octet. But this is not possible because here we have only 6 proton and attraction of 6 proton cannot hold 10 electrons in its orbit. Attraction becomes very weak and gaining of 4 electrons to form octet is not possible for carbon. Now let's talk about the loss of electron. If it lost 4 electrons from its outermost cell, then it has now only one cell and only one cell will be satisfied with 2 electrons to form duplet. Is it possible? Duplet is not possible because we have to apply huge amount of energy for the loss of these 4 electrons because attraction force of 6 proton is strong. So what happens with carbon exactly? Actually it shares electron because it cannot lose, it cannot gain, so it shares electron. Just for example, if a hydrogen atom shares its 1 electron with carbon this way, another also shares with this way, then it is possible. Why? Because now here we have 8 electrons in the outermost cell. Carbon formed octet. And in the same way, each of the hydrogen atom has got 2 electrons. One is its own and another is from carbon atom. And 2 electrons present in the orbit of hydrogen forms duplet and hydrogen formed duplet and carbon formed octet. That's why this becomes a stable compound. This is methane. we can conclude that carbon formed octet and is stable, but hydrogen formed duplet and it is also stable. This can be represented by this way also, which represents the bonding of carbon with hydrogen. Here, this line represents bond, and carbon has got 4 bonds with 4 different hydrogen atoms, and hydrogen has got just 1 bond with the carbon. Okay, so if you are asked to write about this, I mean to say why carbon forms covalent bond, then you can say this way: carbon has 4 electrons in the outermost orbit of its atom. So either it has to gain 4 electrons from atoms of other element to form octet state, or lost 4 electrons to gain duplet state. Loss or gain of 4 electrons is not possible. I explained about this. Loss of 4 electrons is not possible because the strong attraction force of proton requires huge amount of energy for this, and not possible. And gaining of 4 electrons is also not possible because the attraction force of proton, 6 proton, is not enough to hold 10 electrons in the orbit. Therefore, it shares electron from other. Since the bond formed by the sharing of electrons is covalent bond, hence carbon always forms covalent bond. Okay, we'll meet in another class.